All right, so restaurants asking drivers to confirm an order in the restaurant. It's not new, we've been doing it for years. But is this one restaurant taking it too far? In this video, I like to share this controversial letter hanging for drivers to see. Are they taking it too far? Why do restaurants ask dashers to confirm? And finally, we are going to end with what should you do if a restaurant asks you to do this? Okay, so a dasher posted this on social media and it has gotten quite a stir and reaction from dashers. And it's a debate on whether restaurants should ask you to confirm when you're there before you leave or not. And we'll get into kind of the responses in just a little bit. So here is exactly what the sign says. I'm going to post it right here for you to read it at the same time. It actually says DoorDash and Uber drivers. It gives you the Wi-Fi password, so they're nice enough to give you some service while you're in there. But then it says Dashers 2 confirms, Uber 2 confirms 1 swipe. Orders will not be given out until we see map directions to the destination. It seems kind of harmless, right? Honestly, if I went into this is how I feel about it. You guys can correct me if you feel something different. Honestly, I probably would have ignored it and be like, okay, whatever. It's just another restaurant asking me to confirm an order. On the other hand, there are some dashers that say we're independent contractors. Why should we be required to do this at a restaurant? It's not like we can get arrested for it. It's not part of DoorDash's rules and regulation in terms of service. So why should we have to do it? Call it the rebel in everybody, right? The ones who don't have a problem with it say, well, if you're not here to steal food, then why do you have a problem confirming the order, especially if you're doing nothing wrong? So then the debate goes back and forth, and you're going to have to let me know if you saw this in a restaurant, what would be your reaction? Do you think the restaurant is taking it too far with the sign? Do you think that they got burnt too many times and this is what is the result of it? Or do you think, what does it really matter? So what? They asked me to confirm at a restaurant. Go ahead. Let me know what you think. So are restaurants like this taking it too far? In my opinion, no. I think this is a result of the restaurant being screwed one too many times and they just got fed up with it. And they're like, I'm done. And this is the result of it. Do I think that they need to plaster a sign up? No, I think they can just ask the dashers to confirm it. I think it's honestly, when I see stuff like this, it's a classic case of restaurants truly don't understand what is involved with being a DoorDash driver. I feel like they think it's a simple, this person is here to pick it up, deliver it. And there's a little bit more involved in it, like on-time rates and acceptance rates and so on and so forth. So they don't see a problem in this. A lot of restaurants also don't realize that we're independent contractors and we work for ourselves and we're not employees of DoorDash. And a lot of times they don't have the right to demand things. To me, this isn't a demand, but they don't have the right to demand things or hold orders hostage just because we don't hit confirm. So I feel like there's a disconnect a lot of times when I see these these signs between restaurants and dashers and vice versa. A lot of times dashers don't realize what restaurants go through either, and we're going to get into that right now. So let me ask you, how many times, I'll say in a week's period, do you get asked to confirm orders from restaurants? Is it an ongoing thing? Is it a once in a while thing? For me, it's, there's certain restaurants that do every single time, and there's restaurants that don't. There is one particular, even fast food restaurants right now, one of them around me, that every time you pick it up, they ask you to confirm it, which is new. They've never done that before. I think it started within like the past like week and a half. I'm like, oh, that's new. So I think it really depends on the restaurant. But why do they ask you to really do this? Well, it's because the bad dashers out there give us good dashers a really bad rap, and it only takes a couple of dashers stealing food and stealing orders for stuff like this to happen, and then they wise up and say, okay, we need to ask dashers to confirm once they're in the restaurant. Granted, honestly, if I was there to steal food as a dasher, it's really not going to stop me from stealing food. The only thing I have to do is cancel it after I pick it up. So to me, it really doesn't make a difference. Does it avoid dashers just from taking wrong orders or just walking out with orders altogether? Maybe. I don't know. I feel like restaurants get burnt way too many times because every time an order gets stolen, they eat the cost too, and that gets costly after a while. I was reading on, it was a group, and I can't remember which one it was, but a restaurant got a catering order stolen from them from a DoorDash driver. They stole over $350 worth of food from this restaurant. And that's a lot of cost coming from, even if it's a mom and pop restaurant. A lot of restaurants can't afford a loss that big. And hence, that's why you start seeing these crazy signs and restaurants asking you to confirm because they got burnt at some point. That's just kind of the bottom line. I've never seen a restaurant that have asked you to confirm that haven't been burnt along the way. It's sad that something like this exists, right? It's sad that we've come to this because people are known for stealing DoorDash orders. Like, it's ridiculous at this point. But we, the innocent dashers, are honestly paying the cost and can't sometimes get our orders until we actually hit confirm. So what should you do if a restaurant asks you to do something like this, or just even confirm? In my opinion, just do it. Honestly, it's harmless. Your phone's in front of you. Just hit confirm. It show them that you hit confirm and walk out the door. It takes literally seconds later. The one thing I do have a problem with this, and I've come across restaurants, and this I have refused to do. A restaurant once asked me to confirm before I even had the food in my possession, and I said, no, I can't do that. I'll confirm once I physically have the order saying I have it. Because, like, I'm not getting, I'm not getting screwed by this whole entire process. That's one thing I did not feel comfortable with. Another thing that sometimes bothers me with this is if I have to park far away, like blocks away, and I have to walk to a restaurant, and then they ask me to confirm it, and then I have to walk all the way back to my car, and it might make me late because of that. Like, a lot of areas are going to this new on-time rate. Let me know if you're in a market that has this. But if I was in one of those markets and I had to walk back to my car, like, time is money and it's valuable, especially when it comes to now being on time. And if a restaurant causes me to be late just by them hitting confirm, that's when I might actually have an issue with it. But other than that, I don't see a problem with it. I'm not here to steal food. I'm here to pick up an order and drop it off and make my money. If I'm helping a restaurant out, then so be it. A lot of times, restaurants know me by name, and they might actually ask another dasher to do it, but they might not ask me because they know I'm trustworthy at this point. And it really goes to show you that building a relationship and building a rapport with restaurants goes such a long way. I always say make friends with your restaurants. They can really help you out, especially in situations just like this one. So let me ask you, what do you think about this whole crazy letter? Do you think that the restaurant was justified by posting this? And what would you do if you did walk into a restaurant and this was posted? Go ahead, leave it in the comments below. I post DoorDash videos almost daily, and if you're looking to binge watch some more DoorDash content, you're going to want to check this one out next. I'll see you over there.